Hi everybody, it's PJ and this is the Sunday show, and I'm so sorry I've been away. I've been sick. I'm sorry. I'm still a little sick, but I'm much better, much better. But my voice might sound a little like froggy, so just ignore my voice, okay, if you can. Anyway, in trying to come up with another theme for the Sunday show, I came up with a kind of cool one, I think. And the theme is, what is your creed? What is your creed? Because I have one. And because I kind of live by that creed, I actually have more than one. You can have more than one creed. But what is your creed? What is it that defines like who you are and what you're going to bring to this level of life, to this that everybody sees? What's somebody going to take away from encountering you, from just your very touch, your very word? What are they going to take away? And so I think everybody should have one. And it defines us. My creed defines me as what I do here, as what I do with my job, and mine is simply live a chivalrous life. I've talked about it many times. I believe that means something to me. It's about your word is your honor. It's about honor. It's about bringing a truth out. It's about not hiding behind the lies. And here's the thing with that particular creed, because I have others too, but with that particular creed, there's so much in the world today that draws us away, that like literally draws us away from truth and honor and being forthright. There's a selfishness to things right now, and I'm sure you felt it. And it's not just right now. I think, you know, from the time I can remember, it was there. And it was all about like being successful and making more and more and climbing the ladder for you, just for you, you know, kind of dog eat dog. And the truth is, when you're, yeah, that might get you like physical stuff, but when your life is over, or when somebody is going to be talking about you, what are they going to say? That you're like a success. And when I say life, I mean this life here, because that's the other side to my creed, is that I cherish the life on this side of the veil as much as I do on the other. And I work towards that, as you know. I work towards that all the time, and I try to teach others how to go and find your relatives and your loved ones on the other side of the veil, because I think it's so important to nurture that side. I think that might be like what God is the fact that you understand that it isn't just us, that this life here isn't it. It's not it. There's something like deep inside of all of us that knows that. Because the spiritual world, like if you're talking Bible, if you're talking Wiccan, if you're talking, it's there the whole time. So I feel like across the board, everybody knows it. We don't necessarily have tangible proof, but everybody knows that there's other worlds, there's other places that we can't get to in these bodies right here, right now. And I believe that you nurture, that to nurture that side of yourself, to try to figure out how to travel to that side, to even to just know and respect that side. I think that has a lot to do with religion, with spirituality, with God, with the universe. I think that people that deny that have a harder time, because they're denying a whole section of life. We're so selfish sometimes. We think we're so narcissistic. We think we're it. Like life is only this, and yeah, we're made in God's image, and yeah, we're the top of the food chain. Do you know for millions of years we weren't? I teach in one of my classes what excitement is. Everybody thinks it's like an emotion or this, that. Excitement is a survival mechanism, because we weren't top of the food chain. Because before all this, we were simply animals. Even though we were in our human form, we were hunter-gatherers. We followed the herds of animals, and we pulled tubers, sweet potatoes, out of the ground on the way. Excitement was not meant to be something you feel at a rave. It was meant to keep us safe in that situation. So when one of us would turn the corner and see a saber-toothed tiger and say, ah, saber-toothed tiger, cool. The other ones, the rest of the herd of humans and the rest of the herd would group together, pack in, because there's safety in numbers. And then they would run and follow the leader. And that instant amount of excitement would make the group's heart race. Their hearing would get hugely intense so they could hear a pin drop. Their eyes would dilate so that light shone in and they could see any movement. Adrenaline would run through their blood so they could run faster. It wasn't there so you enjoyed yourself, or it was there to keep you safe. And that's just one example of how we look at ourselves so narcissistically now, because now, we think this is all for us. It's just there for the taking if you work hard enough and this, that. The truth is, 200 years ago, it wasn't like this. 2,500 years ago, Christ was on a cross. And you can just keep going back until we weren't so important anymore. And so you have to look at things differently. You can't always look at them as you, as what is good, what is happening to me. It's all about me. It's not. And I believe that that's where we come in. I'm talking about the group mentality of what else is out there. What else is just as important, if not more important than us? And how do we nurture that side? And part of the way you do that is through your creed. What's your creed? What do you stand up for? What do you stand for? Doctors have a creed, do no harm. Boy Scouts have a creed. Cops have a creed. What is it? Serve and protect. What's yours? What do you stand for? What does it look like? How do you feel about it? And is it one of the most important things in your life? Because it should be. It makes up the other side of us. The side that isn't on the grind, on the wheel. The side that just nurtures other people or the planet or whatever it is that deep down inside is the best part of you. And for me, living a chivalrous life, being honest, being my word means something, striving towards the best version of myself, not always looking for me, putting others first, chivalry. It's so important to me, to who I am. It defines me, or I try to make it define me. Another one, the spirit world. Nurture it. Go there. Seek it out, even if it's scary. Even if you're not sure if you're coming back. Seek it out. Find it. Travel. Reach out. Stretch your arms as far as you can towards it. Because this isn't it. We aren't the only life. Life is so multi-layer in the universe. We're this small, tiny part. And our job, in my mind, is to prove that out, is to find the other side, is to show them, show you, show the world that there's more than just you. Than sitting around worrying about your bank account, worrying about who loves you, that is surface. But what's deep inside is that voice, your voice. And that needs to be nurtured. I would say the last creed I have would be about my ancestors. to honor them. And that could go along with my first one. And even my second with the spirituality and the being chivalrous. But here's how I think it. It's more like voodoo than anything else. I believe the reason why I'm talking to you right now, my grandparents were alive because that my parents were alive. That every moment of their life led us to this so you could hear this message and any other message. And that we literally walk on their shoulders. That every time we take a step in life, they are the clay beneath your feet. They are the strength in your blood. So I don't forget. And I put it on here before, but I'm going to tell you what I do to maintain that. Because it's so easy to forget where you come from. It's so easy to forget your creed and jump into the selfish part of life. Every commercial on TV, every job you ever had, every marketing campaign I ever wrote, it's about that. It's about making you the most important. Making you the one, your feelings, your needs, you know, that you're inundated with it. But in order for me to break that every day, before I drink coffee in the morning, and you've seen me do it, if you watch me for a long time, some have, or some are newbies, but I have other videos of me doing it. I walk outside with my coffee, and before I drink anything, before I ingest anything into my body, I say these words. I say, I remember the face of my father. I remember the face of my grandfather, my grandmother, and I picture them, their face. I remember the face of my uncle and all of my family members that are passed. And I even include like friends or people that mattered to me or helped me through along the way that are gone. I remember them too. And I say, they drink before I drink. And I pour coffee into the ground. So every day I'm reminded, that the only reason why I'm here is because of the ones before me. And that they are always the clay beneath my feet and the strength in my bones and the determination in my blood. And I'm grateful for that. So that's what this is about today. What's your creed? You know what mine are. What's yours? What do you stand for? What do you stand up for? What do you stand against? What is it that makes you the best version of yourself? Takes you away from the mundane, the things we've forgotten over the years of being soft and being selfish. Figure out what your creed is and live by it. Live your life to the best ability, to the best form, the best version of yourself. Hearken to your creed. You'll live a better life. All right, guys, write it down below what your creed is or what you think it might be. Sometimes they evolve. They start here, they end up here. It's like a life lesson. It's a learning curve. What's your creed? What do you stand for? Put it down in the comments below. I can't wait to see all the different ones we get. Oh, okay, so with the prosperity boxes, guys, I only have one address out of 3 winners. And 2 of them recognized that they were winners, but I guess they're having a hard time giving me their address. So I'm going to link in the description box the email that goes with this channel. And please don't inundate me with a bunch of emails about how you need a free reading or I've got to help you. I get them every day anyway. And the problem is that, as most people who watch me know, I've got a big life with lots of stuff in it, and I don't have time for that. I'm not doing private readings right now. So when I do a free readings weekend, then you guys are all aware. I'm aware. I'm going to take the day and read cards and meditate on on whatever you need me to. But if I don't have that prep time and stuff, I'm not gonna do free reading. So please stop asking. Like, I'm sorry, I love you, but I can't do it every day. When I can do it, I'll do it, I swear. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna leave you my email, and you can through that just leave me your address and I will send them out. All right, I love you guys. Bye.